Hi, this is Mike Sweeney from sabercoaching.com with another story from the edge. Out in the woods here again. This feels like a good place to think about this. This time I'm talking a bit about the edge of possibilities. And that's where I feel like I am. And I wanted to explore what's coming up for me as I consider all these different options that I'm lucky to have in front of me. The first is everything feels messy. And I can't seem to get clarity on which way to go, which is best. And I'm experiencing multiple possibilities unraveling, and they I keep going over them in my head, and I'm landing in what I'd call the spin cycle, where I'm in this maze where I keep thinking about things, and I think about what if, and I end up ruminating quite a bit about what might be next and what that might lead to and what that means. And I feel like I'm intellectually doing the right things, but I'm not necessarily sure if what even right means, and that's starting to become strange. And I'm feeling something close to overwhelm on a daily basis. So that's what it feels like to me to be in that period, that liminal space, that in-between land. And so I'm trying to remember a few things to keep focused, or at least aware, through this period. The first is I read a quote that I like that said, "Fear is excitement without the breath." And so I'm using a tool I learned: in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, and do that a few times. And that reminds me that there's a lot of things going on, and it's a muddy day out here. There's a lot of things going on. Second is I'm finding that writing the possibilities, so maybe taking one of the potential possibilities. Come on, Bob. Come on. And well, Snickers is hanging with us again today, as usual. But finding out a little bit more depth about what could that possibility mean, and just exploring it a bit, maybe 10 minutes at a time. I'm also spending a little time reconnecting with my values and writing out, or at least thinking about what some decision criteria might be. How am I going to choose if I have multiple things that I can, multiple possibilities I can explore at the same time? How am I going to make a decision eventually? And then also, even though I'm in that spin cycle, and this is a set of career possibilities, how can I continue to forward the action so I'm in a position where maybe I have multiple offers on the table at the same time while I'm ruminating? So get out of the spin cycle and continue to forward the action. And I'm also seeking help and support. I think sometimes we feel like we can handle all this stuff ourselves, but speaking with friends, career coaches, and people that can give me ideas, and also reconnecting with people in my network. I've found that people are extremely generous through this whole process. And also just sitting with things. It's one thing to think about them, and I operate a bit from the neck up sometimes, but thinking about or sitting with and identifying kind of what's coming up in the body as I explore what would happen if I take this possibility, that possibility, kind of getting out of my head and seeing, well, how's that going to make me feel? So I'm physically sitting with some of these ideas. And just takeaway for me is just reminding myself to be confident, remembering that uncertainty is okay, and that I have, if I have multiple possibilities, however uncertain it is, it's a pretty good problem to have. And remember to be grateful for the people who have helped me, for my own skills, for manifesting these opportunities. And also remembering that in that move from a square to a circle, that's what that edge really is. There's a bit of loss and deconstruction that happens as the square comes down and the circle, or whatever shape you are, emerges. And knowing that that discomfort is part of that process. And as Stuart Smalley says, and that's okay. We shall see what happens with these possibilities. One of the things I enjoy is that whatever path I take, I kind of like when it emerges, and we shall see. Have a good one.
This is Red Rocks! This is the edge!